All right, we are back at it with a treasure hunt. This one was advertised as 170 or so minifigures, something like that, and we paid $242. That's all in. So pretty good price, less than $1.50 a fig. At this point, it is really hard to find deals like that. The only kind of catch on this one is that they were built as like full figs, meaning they have all sort of four parts, but they're totally mixed and matched. And, you know, the full fig pieces may not even be in here. So this is sort of a parts treasure hunt rather than a figure treasure hunt, you know, which is fine for me because it works great for my Bricklink store. What's up, everybody? My name is Aaron. I'm the Brick Scavenger, and we're going to go treasure hunting. We paid 240 bucks for this. We're going to try and double our money on this thing. So can we turn this into 480? I don't know. You know, it's at $1.50. It's hard to go wrong, especially if there's, you know, some good pieces in here. So let's go find some good pieces, shall we? That I believe is Hadris right there. The torso for Hadris from Pirates of the Caribbean, I think. I'm not sure that that's the best piece. I think his like seashell helmet is the best piece, but I can't remember that for certain. Anyway, this is a good example. You know, like these parts and pieces don't have much value, but somebody will want this thing on Bricklink, right? So we will have that up on Bricklink before too long. Maybe before you see this video. There's a nice little breastplate right there and some Star Wars parts and pieces. So, you know, again, you know, if we, again, like, you know, I know I keep saying the same thing over and over again, but if I paid $1.50 for this thing right here, I did pretty well, right? Because every nougat head is $1 minimum. This breastplate is pretty good, right? And then you got Star Wars pieces. So, you know, $1.50 for that's not a bad deal at all. Let's see. We've got some Death Watch Mando here. We've got Sand Trooper or whatever that is. That appears to be a plain blue head. Didn't crush it on that one. You know, again, this is the kind of fig I just end up giving away on Whatnot. It doesn't have a lot of value in my Bricklink store. And so if it brings somebody some joy on Whatnot, then hey, why not? You know, people on Whatnot treat me well, so we'll give back to them. There's a Star Wars helmet on a little guy. That's kind of fun. That may be Hadris's head. Ooh, we may be on our way to a pretty good fig right there. Look at that. Look at this right here. That is some random parts, some kind of piratey swords, a head. But then we've also got a ARC Trooper torso. Nice piece right there. Would love to find his pauldrons. That's what you really want to find. So this, I believe, is a bunch of Harry Potter stuff, obviously not built quite correctly. This is the kind of stuff right here that I'm going to start using to build some mock fantasy figs. I think these pieces would be great to make, I don't know, a peasant or a, you know, wizard or whatever. So maybe not initially a lot of value on Bricklink, but some really fun fantasy type pieces. This totally is a mix and match of stuff here. I don't know if any of it has any value. That looks like the alien king or queen or something. Hold on one second. My daughter needs something. Yeah. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes dad duty calls. Usually I record these videos during the day when the kids are at school. Today, we're recording this one in the evening, and, you know, sometimes dads are needed more than we need to search for Lego. Here's a Death Watch Mando. Did we find his helmet already? No, I don't think so. Anyway, it's not the right head anyway. But some decent parts and pieces there. There is some ARC Trooper legs right there. Nice. Can't complain about that. Can we find, where is he? There he is. So now we've got parts of an ARC Trooper. Let's see. We've got, there's a Death Watch Mando right there. Nice. Good pickup. Anything Star Wars, you know, if you paid $1.50, if you even a $5 Star Wars fig is a nice find. You know, okay, so here is an olive green sergeant. Hopefully his helmet's in here somewhere. That's pretty good. This is pretty funny because as is, this is like got the makings of a pretty good fantasy fig right here, don't you think? Like a peasant or something. He just needs like a pitchfork and maybe some hair. And that is pretty much a fantasy peasant fig right there. Maybe a little bit on the expensive side because I think that's a Lord of the Rings torso, but nevertheless, that's pretty fun right there. I like him. I think that's a Winter Village type fig, and that is pretty much nothing right there. Hey, there's a nice torso. I was going to say a nice torso, but that's also nice legs right there. Some castle stuff. Look at that. Sweet. Is this a little high? Maybe a little high. Let's go a little lower. Okay, so we've got some Chima here. Not much to speak of there. I don't know what that is. Let's see. There's some more city stuff. We've got, there's a Stormtrooper helmet. Is that the really expensive one? I don't think it is. There's one of these helmets that's like $15, but I don't think that's the one. Let's see. There's a clone helmet, or a clone head. That's $2 right there. I sell those literally every day of the week on Bricklink for $2. So that is good stuff right there. There's an alien. He's fun. There is a Deathwatch Mando head along with some other stuff and a kind of a fun little weapon right there. There's a commando droid head. We've got a little, you know, thief plus a biker guy. Whoa, this may need to speed up a little bit because we've got, oh, this is a big bag of stuff. Let's see, there's some Chima stuff. There's that Sergeant helmet. There's a clone torso. I mean, you know, that's $3 or $4 right there. This is the wrong head. Where'd the clone head go? I don't remember where we saw it. Was it this one? Yeah. So there you go. Look at this. Just like that, we got a Sergeant. Just like that, we got a Sergeant. Sweet. That's a pretty good deal right there. Some random parts and pieces here. Let's see. There's a castle fig. Not bad. Let's see. That feels like it's the beginnings of a blacksmith right there. There's a Newt Gunray torso, and we got a black hood, which is always nice to find. Those hoods can go a long way. I think that's... We're slowly building a Hadris right here. Not bad. Look at that. Of course, we're missing the most important part, I believe. But, you know, we got a long way to go. There's a clone helmet. $4 easily on Bricklink. Easily. I mean, considering clones are $10, that shouldn't be a surprise, right? The helmets. People need helmets. They just get lost all the time. You know, helmets, hair, stuff like that. There's a Thai Sen right there from Star Wars. That's just a city fig. There's, I think, Series 14, the businessman, zombie businessman or whatever. There's an, I think that's the Anakin head. Yeah, that's the Anakin head right there. Let's see. We got more castle figs. I think we've done pretty well on this. You know, this is not like super scores, but again, you know, if you pay less than $1.50 a fig, I think we're doing okay. I mean, you know, we're not crushing, but I think we're doing okay. Here's some more castle torsos. There is another ARC Trooper torso right there. Oh, I threw that a little further than I was trying to. There's a pearl dark gray helmet. Sweet. Let's see that. Let's see, that is... I think that's Pirates of the Caribbean as well. Is that the Admiral? You know what? I'm not sure what that is, but I think that's Pirates of the Caribbean. Hey, look at that. Now we are going to have ourselves a backwards arm commando droid. Look at that. Sweet. That's, you know, again, $4 or $5. Hey, that's an OG. Look at that. That is the original 501st. Ooh, nice. I feel like the interest in them has waned a little bit as there's just so many 501sts out there now. But nevertheless, the OGs, you know, they do quite well. There's some more Chima and a Bomb Squad. Is that the Bomb Squad? Yeah, Bomb Squad helmet. There's a castle fig right there. Nice. I think that's some CMF stuff. We've got some more Chima, more Bomb Squad. Was that... I can't remember what theme that is. Is that Alien Conquest or Galaxy Squad? I can't remember. Galaxy Squad, maybe? Those older Alien themes always stump me. Let's see. There's some more castle stuff right there with a Deathwatch Mando helmet. Let's see. There's a mix and match, but a Jack Sparrow legs. That's good stuff right there. Look at that old train torso. That's super fun. There's 3PO and a Yoda, Christmas Yoda. Let's see. We've got... that is a Star Wars head, but it's been a while, and I can't remember what that is, but that's definitely a Star Wars one. Hey, there's a green dragon. Nice. Good pickup there. Here is, again, a $2 clone head, but on a Boba Fett. Nice. Let's see. All right. I'm going to pour this out. We've got a long way to go here. How long is this video? It's going to be way long. I forgot there's a part 1 to this now. Let's see. Not much to speak of there. We may have to speed this up a little bit. Too slow maybe for you guys. I don't know. There's, what is that, ARF torso right there. Hey, look at that. That's a graduate. That's the graduate hat. That's a pretty good piece right there. Let's see. There is the... oh my gosh. How am I spacing this? It's a clone anyway. There's another clone head. Those things hide everywhere. Let's see. We've got... Whoa. We've got the evil wizard, but he is hardworking, apparently. That's pretty funny. There you go. Speaking of $10 clones, there you go. There's a clone right there. That, I believe, goes with this. Like this right here. Nice. Good pickup there. Ooh, that's a mix and match of a lot of stuff there. There's another lion knight there and balaclava head. Sweet. Look at that. That's not expensive, but fun. That's feels like that has some potential as a fantasy fig as well. There's a... That looks weird. No, I've got that one wrong. That is right. That is real. Just super shiny. Let's see. Maybe some CMF stuff. There's a lot of like Star Wars stuff in here. Ooh, there's I think that's an expensive head, actually. I think that's like $3, $4, $5. That's the old school Han Solo head, I believe. Let's see. Look at that cool head right there. I think it's a zombie or something from Pirates of the Caribbean, maybe. Let's see. Whoa. Is that Will Turner's hair or a Pirates of the Caribbean kind of tied back hair? I think it is. On a police officer. Anyway, the hair is a good piece. Let's see. Look at that. A flat silver. No, not flat silver. A metallic silver. There's another clone head. Man, we got a lot of $2 clone heads in here. Here's a kind of a piratey hat right there. Not much to speak of there. Let's see. Some more Chima. City figs. All right, we're going to go handfuls now because we need to speed this up, I think. Look at this. That there's a, I think that's a Will Turner head in that Dragon Knight, that Green Knight torso. That's a sweet torso. Here's somebody posing as a stormtrooper. Let's see. We got some Urukai hair there. Look at that. That's sweet. All right. There's that. Oh my gosh. There's that robot head right there. Let's see. What else do we got? We've got. There's another one of those sand troopers. Those legs look a little dinged up, and another clone head. We might have to put all the clone heads in at once because I know there's people after them. There always are. An alien head. Hey, look at that. There's an ARC Trooper helmet. Sweet. And, ooh, I just tossed these legs away. Look at those legs. Those are sweet. Can I find one of those clone heads to put this on? Look at that. We're close to an ARC Trooper. Woo! Of course, we're close, but the two missing pieces are the key pieces, those pauldrons, right? Not much to speak of there. There's another sweet helmet. Let's see. Look at that. That's fun. I think that's a Han Solo legs and, you know, like a piratey or a castle-y type, Three Musketeer type torso there. Some Death Watch Mando stuff again. There's another Green Dragon torso. Let's go. What the heck is that head? Let's see. What in the world is that head? I've never seen that head before. That's funny. Let's see. What was that? Maybe nothing, but got to check the head sometimes, you know. That, I think, is the Newt Gunray head. Dun, dun, dun. Not getting very far on these. Not much to speak of. I don't know. You know, it's a mediocre haul, probably. That looks old school there. I'm going to have to check on that one because that one may go on the wall just out of, you know, for fun. There's a lot of $4 and $5 stuff on here. There's another one of those sweet torsos. And those will absolutely add up because I just didn't pay that much for this haul. But in terms of like home runs, not much to speak of there. There's another one of those legs. Jeez, people love these. Look at that. Ooh, baby. That's sweet. Okay, let's see. What else do we got? There's another one of those torsos. Holy smokes. Whoa. Okay. Let's see. What else do we got in here? Anything else to speak of? We still have that bag to go through, too. There's another knight. Man, we got... Oh, look at this. Look at that pauldron right there. That's sweet. Love that. Another clone head. And that's about it, except for an incredibly fake Chewy. Ew, that thing is gross. I don't even know if I can get this out or if I want to. Okay, we'll just throw that away soon. Oh, look, another pair of legs. Another pair of those legs. Yikes. Wait, was that a... I just dropped it. Oh, no, I thought it was an Inquisitor hilt, but I got fooled. All right, let's go. Let's go. Look at that. Man, those legs, I think, sell for like $4, maybe even $5 a piece. What do we find? 3 or 4 of them? And the torso is similar. So that goes a long way too. All right, quickly, let's go through this bag. It looks like it's mostly accessories. But man, sometimes you can find some hidden gems in stuff like this. These little bags where people just toss in the extra, you know? Like there can be some hidden gems in there. Like how about that right there? The Red Dragon Knight, let's go. Look at these capes and stuff. Oh my gosh. Love finding capes. Here's a shield, let's go. You know, man, I'm telling you, you can find good stuff in here. I'm going to go through it quickly. Maybe you'll spot something I didn't see. There's a beat up red cape. There's another shield there. Here's another shield. Ooh, let's go. These are surprisingly, I shouldn't say surprisingly expensive, but they're surprisingly popular. These people love to get for sure. Let's see. What else do we got? Oh. Yes. There is the Hadris headpiece. Let's go. I think that's a complete Hadris right there. Wow. What a find. Let's go. That's a fun way to finish, even if there's nothing else in here. There's a pearl dark gray sword. I feel like you don't see those very often. There's another cape. Let's see. There is the dark brown version of that kind of Lord of the Rings hair. Senate Commando, helmet, more shields. Man, there's a lot of little pieces in here. Lots of little pieces. We'll go through a little more carefully. There you go. Look at this. There you go. That's $5 right there. That's the dark brown kind of, I don't know if you call it a scabbard or what you call it, but it's the thing that holds like a pirate's sword, you know, at their hip. That's a sweet piece right there. Don't want to lose that. Holy cow. There may be more of that kind of stuff in here, but I'm just going through it pretty quick. There's another ARC Trooper legs. Look at that. Let's see. Anything else in here? More shields. All right. There's a bottle. That's not expensive, but a great accessory to kind of spice up your builds for sure. There's another shield. There's another shield. And that, I think, does it right there. I think so. You know, there's probably, like I said, there's probably more accessory stuff in here that's worth noting, but we'll go through it more carefully. This video is long enough. What do you guys think? I think I did pretty well. $1.50 a fig. And I mean, we did brush past like a lot of it, right? You know, you grab, well, that's a bad example, but you know, you grab something like this and you get almost nothing for that, right? So, you know, that's a quick minus 150. But I think between all these accessories and things, we're going to be just fine. And that's the way the game is played. So thanks for being here, guys. I had some fun going through this one. I am especially excited about this. You want to do a quick? Okay, fine. We'll do a quick field trip. I know that I have this guy somewhere. He may be hiding on one of those ships back there. I'm not 100% sure about that. But over here on the franchised, non-animated wall, we have some Pirates of the Caribbean stuff here. Look, see? But Hadris is not on there. So for now, I guess Hadris is going on the wall. Maybe that means I own at least 2 Hadrises. I don't know. But that's okay, because he looks good on the wall, don't you think? Oh, man. Got to add to the Pirates of the Caribbean haul. Well, there goes some of the profit, but that's okay, because that was fun. There you go. Thank you guys for being here. Many more videos to come. I'm going to update you on all sorts of organization that's happening here in the near future. In fact, that organization video may come out before this video. But if you're interested in hanging out with me and watching hauls and learning more about my Lego adventure, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next time.